stop of the Four Voices Unheard Tour in Tampa, Florida. I know y'all wondering why I'm sounding like this, but basically I woke up with my voice gone. Not sure exactly if it's a cold or what, but I'm definitely gonna be protected, just being, you know, around other people and not wanting to spread my germs or whatever I got going on. But I still wanted to show up and not cancel and still conduct the meet and greet with the lady I meet today. She's actually from Virginia, but she's in Tampa with her son for visiting for about a month or whatever. But her name is Sandy, and we've been communicating on Facebook for the past 2 years. So she's my first stop, and I want to make sure I came out here to meet her. So yeah, y'all see what's going on when we get inside. So this is Miss Sandy. Prior to having ALS, what did you know or hear about it, if anything?
She did the ALS ice bucket challenge. She actually just did it. She really didn't know anything about it. There's a video of you doing the ice bucket challenge, right? I saw you posted that on Facebook. How I'm sorry, because I never asked you how long, what was the time had you done that before you started having your symptoms? Like, already. She thought she was already having, well, she didn't know at the time, but she was having most likely symptoms of ALS, but didn't know it was ALS when she actually did the ice bucket challenge.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
The ice bucket challenge, that was in 2014, I think, the summer of 2014.
Yeah, because it had to be that summertime probably, so not even that long until you got you first started having major complications.
Wow. What symptoms did you initially have, and when did they start?
Her voice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was your speech, not your voice.
So that was a vocal concept.
Yeah, I guess they thought she had a stroke. I remember you went to the hospital a few times because they thought she had a stroke because her I guess her speech was slurred. I remember. And your arm, the side, was it the whole body or just your arm? Okay, so her whole side had kind of went numb. Is that what you said? And that's why they probably thought it was a stroke, because you got no feeling, you got numbness, and then it was your mouth too. She couldn't speak, and sorry, trying to keep her entertained. That would have been what, like November, December
of 2014.
I know we got married in August, and I know it was like a couple of months. December, okay. So it would have been in December then.
What were your thoughts and feelings like when that first started happening?
Your tongue? You felt like it was your tongue?
Like what, you had bit your tongue or something? At night you would bite your tongue? A nerve. She thought that maybe she used to bite her tongue when she slept, I guess. So she thought maybe she bit it so hard that maybe she bust a nerve in her tongue or something. ENT, ears, nose and throat doctor. Endocrinologist, what's they call it? Some big word. He sent you to a neurologist. Okay, so she went, when that first happened, she went to see an ENT, and then they sent her to a neurologist, I guess, to be evaluated.
I went back in February.
Okay. So back in February. And you were there for a week? I think I remember that one. Yeah. Because it didn't get better, right? It just continued the slurredness of speech and the feeling. So that was a short period of time then. So from like, I guess December being the first time that she felt like.
Well, she said she felt like she had it before.
Well, December was the first time it was like a major thing where it was like, wait, something's definitely wrong. Type of thing. From December to February, that's when I think they were starting to get more concerned about what was going on. So she was diagnosed with what they call myasthenia gravis, which is, I guess, I don't fully understand 100%, but I guess it has similar symptoms to like what the onset of ALS would look like. And didn't you think you had that for a while, like 6 months or something like that?
Actually diagnosed with ALS. And what was your first action after being diagnosed?
August 2015. She didn't believe it. You remember?
She said she remembers sitting there hearing him say it, but I guess it was more like a shock, so she didn't really, it didn't really settle in, you know what I'm saying? Like you're hearing somebody say, this is what, this like debilitating disease, but it doesn't really connect right away. She said she went outside to her car and she had a breakdown. So I guess at that point it started to settle in. I don't understand what this means, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? Like, it was a lot all at one time. Because like up until that point, you were still like working and stuff. She was still going to work.
Where she work?
Saber. It's like the hummus company. They make like basically, if you ever see any hummus, it probably comes from Saber. So I remember she was still working. Her speech there was an issue, but you could probably understand her a little better than you can understand her now. But we would still talk on the phone at that point, so she was still working, she was still walking, like driving, like everything was still kind of, for the most part, so normal that to hear something like that and to see what they were saying they would turn into and stuff, it was kind of like, nah, bruh, like, because you're not seeing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
You didn't start driving until 2016, right?
17? Really?
Oh yeah?
She still ran a 5K in 2016.
How did ALS affect the people around you? And do you have a caregiver back at home?
My mom.
Yeah, my grandma takes very, very, very good care of her. And she has a huge support system too. Like when we go up there, there's always somebody there who's familiar with, my mom's condition and that's willing to help. And we were talking about this the other day, is how extremely blessed she is to have that, because we hear stories, unfortunately, about people who are in the same position as her, but they don't have that help, strong support system. And a lot of people are just having to like try and fend for themselves, and you can't really do that. And I think that may be one of the differences, really, too, amongst other things, why my mom has been able to. While it has progressed, we've seen it progress. I think she's been a lot further along than a lot of other people who've been diagnosed in the time that she's been diagnosed. I think a lot of that has to do with just the quality of care and the love that people have poured out on her. It's a lot easier when you have people you can count on in that situation than when you get diagnosed with something like that, and then you don't have much hope really, because you know that there's things you can't do, and then there's nobody there to help you. You know, and that I can imagine that really messes with a person's mind, and that could definitely help it to progress a lot further. So we're extremely thankful for my grandma and just for the other people, because one of the things that hurts me the most when I think about it is, you know, like I'm here in Florida, my mom's in Virginia, so we're very far apart from each other. It's not like I could just be there, you know, right away. So I know it helps us to know that she is in good hands, you know, because it could be a very stressful thing to think about, you know. Well, I'm extremely thankful for my wife, because there's a lot of things that my mom can't do for herself, and some, like, you know, simple things like going to the bathroom and certain things like that. And it would be very awkward, you know, in that situation, me being her son, to do a lot of the things that, you know, she's still a woman, and we're like, there's, you know, it just can be very awkward. So I'm grateful my wife, because my wife is here, my mom can come and stay with us for extended periods of time, because there's someone else that can help her with all of those things that I might not really understand how to help her with and things like that. So I'm extremely grateful to God for blessing me with such an awesome, amazing spouse who allows for that opportunity for my daughter and my son to be able to be around their grandmother, you know, because it would be a lot harder if that wasn't the case. And it's just it's a huge adjustment, I think, for everybody. It's an adjustment, I know, for my mom. I know sometimes we still get frustrated because, you know, it's hard. Sometimes right now, by the grace of God, we can understand everything she's saying. But when you guys aren't, it's not.
She's spelling forever.
Yeah, it's not always that easy to understand it. We're like A, B, C, D. We gotta go through the whole thing, which can be frustrating. I know for her, she's like, I know you know what I'm saying, like, you know. And then for us, it's like, well, I want to know what you're saying because I want to help you, but I don't know what you're talking about right now. Sometimes she just look at us, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. So it takes an adjustment, I think, for both. For everybody, for the person who's suffering with it, for the people who are around them, you have to really lean on the Lord to rely you with patience. Because especially like if you're dealing with like, all right, you know, we have a time crunch, we're trying to get here by this time, we're trying to do this, and, you know, and things have to be done, or, you know, she's hungry trying to explain to us the 50,000 things she wants us to make for her to eat, and we don't understand. You know, it can be frustrating. But like I said, by the grace of God, that, you know, I think He's working in both my mom and working in us, and allowing for, you know, this to be a spirit of patience in the house, for us to be able to. It helps things, you know. But I would say that I think the biggest thing that it can affect the people around, you know, someone dealing with ALS is the adjustment to things don't move as fast as you may be accustomed to them moving, and you really have to learn to just like slow down, be patient, not get frustrated, you know, take your time with things. I think that's kind of one of the biggest adjustments, at least for me. Would you agree?
Yeah, and for her, it's like, you know, no, she like no longer has her privacy, you know. Everybody has that privacy, and it's like that's their own little world that no one can get into. And now it's invaded.
And I imagine you're so used to that too. Like you're used to like when I go to the bathroom once back by myself.
Yeah, take a shower by yourself,
right.
And no one's there. You have just you know?
Yeah. So I imagine that for you, that could be sometimes a bit of a challenge to deal with that, because I don't know what that's like, but I can imagine if like I put myself in your shoes, like, you know, that would take some adjustment to have to go through.
What do you know about ALS amongst African Americans? And like, have you found a lot of? Because I know you're active on Facebook. So like, have you found a lot of other blacks with ALS, or just what do you know about it?
Five people.
Other black people that have it.
Wow.
How many of them are still living? I know you showed me a picture of one guy that was in a wheelchair. He had he had the thing in his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, he died. He had just did like a 5K too or something. Yeah, just the picture on Facebook was him, his wife, I think, was pushing him in a wheelchair. It looked like they may have been at like some type of run or something. It was a walk, like a benefit walk for him. 11. She thinks he had it for like 11. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know anything about ALS until my mom got it. I probably still don't really know as much as I should know. Because I guess my focus is more just on like, how can I help her, you know, and like be comfortable, and if there's something that might, like, you know, that might benefit her, but I don't really know much about it. I know because I'm pretty sure most people don't know much about it. Even when that whole ALS Ice Bucket Challenge thing was big, I'm pretty sure people didn't connect.
A lot of people didn't know what they were doing.
It was just something fun to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people really connected the ALS, and it just so happened that my mom ends up getting ALS like right around that time where that starts popping and being like this real big thing. Yeah, it's just crazy timing, I guess, of how everything worked out. But
what's your daily routine?
She so in the morning she gets up, she has supplements that she takes. They're always interchanging. Always finding new supplements. So you take your supplements. She usually will take a bath, shower. And then she sits all day long. Not if I can help it. That's not the case.
Unless we go out.
Yeah, which we try to go out so she can at least get some sun. But my mama loves her shows. She has like 100 different shows. I mean, The Young and the Restless, The Old and Beautiful. So she has to watch all of those. And then she has all these other shows she like to watch, like you like The Good Doctor. And she loves movies. Anything Hallmark makes.
She's watched all.
She watched all Hallmark movies. She's still watching Hallmark Christmas movies. It's January.
Still watching movies. Yeah.
It's January 5th. She gonna put on tonight. I bet you she gonna watch another Hallmark Christmas movie.
She watched a Christmas one last night.
So most of the time she's sitting because she want to watch her shows and stuff like that. But we try to get out and get some sun and stuff like that, and some fresh air. Probably more here than when you were at grandma's house. Because grandma ain't gonna fight with you to get out. She usually, you want to sit here and watch her show, you watch her show. But here we fight where we like, no, at least let's go sit on the porch while the kids jump on the trampoline and stuff like that. So usually wake up, you have your supplements, you take a bath, you get dressed, get her hair done, eat her oatmeal. She gotta have her oatmeal, her maple and brown sugar oatmeal, faithfully. Yep, she gotta have that. And then it's usually, I guess, until we're getting ready to go out to do something, she'll watch Young and the Restless or watch a show or football. She's a big football fan. So if the Cowboys playing or anything dealing with the Cowboys is on, she's gonna watch that. Play with the grandkids, let them jump all over her. Change her show to YouTube so they can watch YouTube.
Watch their own show.
Yeah. Until lunchtime when she has another shake. Might eat some solid food for lunch. We have to everything she eats, because she has trouble chewing, we have to blend. So sometimes when we're out, some restaurants will do it. Like you could tell them, hey, can you blend this? And some people will do it, and most people won't. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time we either have to bring food with us or try to hurry up and get her home so she can eat, which I know that's probably one of the biggest challenges of the day is lunch. Because if we're if we're eating out, it's not very easy. Like we can give her a shake, but there's not really a whole lot of substance in that. Like she still, although her tongue doesn't work as much, she still has a taste buds. So she likes to, oh, my mama is a foodie. She is the definition of a foodie. So she likes to taste certain things. You know, she still like to eat her steak. She like Cheesecake Factory is probably her favorite restaurant. She gotta go to Cheesecake Factory. She likes her cheesecakes and stuff. So
that's easy to eat, so she can have
yeah. But like, you know, unfortunately, you know, the stuff like cheesecake and the sweets and stuff are easier to eat because they're soft. But like food is not as easy to eat. So it's hard if we can't find somewhere to have it blended to be able to feed her without saying, okay, we got to disrupt everything we're doing to go home right now to feed, you know, mom, which we would obviously like to do, but sometimes it's just not practical with whatever's going on. So I know that's probably one of the biggest challenges in her routine is when we're out, like you have to be very intentional and you have to plan, which we probably could be better at planning that, which I guess now that I'm talking about it, I'm realizing how bad we are at it and how much better we could be at it. But I think that would probably be the biggest challenge to her day is just being out and like those simple things that we take for granted, like just, oh, I'm gonna just grab some Chick-fil-A real quick and just eat and stuff like that. It's not like that for her, like, because she can't just grab anything and eat it, you know.
So how did you find out about me and what I'm doing?
She's not even gonna attempt to say it, but we never did.
She found her on
Facebook from, and she was probably putting name of some group.
Yeah.
Aleia, that's not yours, that's not your bag.
Stacy Thomas.
Oh yes, okay, yeah, yeah, Stacy Thomas. I'm trying to, yeah, right. Her mom had ALS, and she connected with me. If you had to tell anyone who was a potential producer for my film, something like, what would it be?
I think in my community, in most communities, my black community, and the black community. She thinks that in the black community, more people need to know about ALS. She thinks that there's probably a lot more people that actually have ALS that they don't know, that haven't actually been diagnosed, and they don't talk about it.
Very true.
When I read your script.
Hear what you? Inspired. She said when she read your script, she felt inspired.
Thank you. Thank you.
She tells everybody about it.
I really appreciate it.
I would say, like, I mean, just a lot of these people's stories, like from the stuff my mom tells me, like a lot of these people go through a lot. It's not like some walk in the park. So to like people like my mom, and I know there are other people like her who like show like such great like courage and hope and all of these different things, despite looking at a brick wall, you know, like that right there in itself is inspiring to people, even if you don't have ALS. Like if I just think about, you know, the struggles that I may face that look differently in my life, if I can, like, I think of my mom all the time, like, man, my mom is going through this and she can't do this and can't do this and can't do this, but, you know, she wakes up, she has a smile on her face, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't allow her situation, her circumstance to, like I said, define her. Like that is inspiring to all of us. You know what I'm saying? So for you to go around and try to do something that's going to tell stories of, you know, these people who are going through these everyday heroes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that should be inspiring to everyone. So I wouldn't see why there wouldn't be a jump to want to, like, put this out there for the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's so many things that people are going through that people don't even know about, you know, but it can be, like I said, an inspiration to all of us. So I pray that you do get some funding and get some producers and whatever it is that you need to tell, you know, not just your story, but, you know, my mom's story and other people's story like her, that you can honor them in that way and honor, you know, your family members that have passed who dealt with this. I pray that the Lord definitely opens those doors for you to do. I think it's a good thing.
Thank you.